guys, today we are doing something a little different, something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And we are doing a tier list for Slay the Spire. This is all the enemies in Slay the Spire. We're gonna rank them from S to D. S being the best, the ones that we like to fight, and D being the ones that I absolutely hate with every fiber of my being. So we're gonna see how this goes. So first up, I don't know why they put so many of the bosses like up at the top. But slimes, honestly, S. I really don't have a problem with them. I think they are relatively easy to kill off, especially once you get them, halfway and then they split. Sometimes it's annoying when they split if you don't have like a lot of cards that can do like AoE kind of damage, but overall, I'm gonna put them in S right now and we're gonna kind of see what happens with them. Now this guy, I'm really conflicted about where I want to put him, because I feel like it's like one of those make or break kind of like final three bosses. I've had really bad luck with him, and then I've had some like bearable, like where we've actually been fine. The first phase is actually really hard because any kind of power cards you play, obviously he gains one strength. But for right now, I think I'm gonna put him around C. Only because it is annoying that there's like two phases and he regens the whole time. So we're gonna have him in C right now. Now, as for this lovely elite, I am also conflicted about this one. I feel like if you have like a good amount of like cards where you can do a lot of damage, if you have like a very defense heavy build, like you'll probably be fine. But honestly, a lot of times if I'm very like ill-equipped or if I'm rushing and I just don't have like a good deck, like this elite can kind of screw me over. So I'm gonna put him on C for right now. We'll see if he stays there. Now this boss. Ooh, you know what? We're putting a lot of ones at C, but honestly, like I am going to put him at D. Um I would say having to deal with like the little minions he spawns is really frustrating. This was like a boss where, especially when I first started, anytime I would get this boss, I would like instantly die. I knew like it's just one of those things that, especially because he can do so much damage to you if you don't kill him fast enough, that you can really get screwed over very easily, unfortunately. Um, Now the birds, these little guys, I don't know if I want to put him at C or D. They are very annoying. It depends again, like, do you have enough cards to do like AoE damage? That would be obviously the ideal way of getting rid of them, or cards that can do a lot of damage, or like, strength cards or something like that to increase your strength. I'm gonna put him honestly around, I'm gonna say for right now, we're gonna put him at C. I don't love them. They're very annoying and I hate fighting them. But I don't know if I would put them at D, but we're gonna put them for there right now. Now, the deal with this guy is I always, ever since I learned from, I don't remember whose video, but ever since I basically was given the tip of like, hey, kill this guy first in a fight, because he can do a lot of damage to you. I'm trying to see where his friend is, and I don't, did they like not include him on this? I have no idea. I'm going to put this guy, we're gonna say, honestly, you know what, B. I don't love it. He might go down to C eventually, but he's actually not that bad as long as you have like, cards that are going to deal enough damage, and you are able to kill him very quickly. Now, that being said, we have another boss here. Again, this is one where, oh my gosh, this guy hits for so much. I have definitely died to him a bunch of times in the past. I wouldn't say that I'm good at fighting him. So I guess, you know, obviously all these I feel like I'm just gonna end up saying like, oh, it depends on, you know, what kind of cards you have. I'm gonna say honestly, maybe put him at C for right now. I don't love fighting him. He's definitely like a hard one to fight, so I'm gonna put him there for right now. This little guy, I feel like honestly, I'm fine with him. I can't think of anything that he does that like really annoys me. I don't know that I want to put him in A, so I'm gonna put him in B. Now, the heart is actually a very interesting option here because I have not had the opportunity or the pleasure to fight the heart a lot of times, at least as of right now of this recording. But I would say I am gonna put him down here. I feel like this video will be funny if this like doesn't age well. And this is just literally because I do not have a lot of experience fighting the heart. The heart has a lot of like shit going on. There are so like the layers of bullshit, like I can't. When I read the wiki page of like all the different attacks and like debuffs and buffs and all that shit that he does, I was like, oh my god. And then when I fought him for the first time, I was like, oh my god. And so yeah, definitely gonna have him down here for right now. Now, the famous bird. These birds are also annoying, you know? I kind of hate fighting them, but I also feel like they're not, like, the worst, so I'm actually gonna put them at B. Like, I would rather fight them than probably these guys. Now, these guys, honestly, and this might be, like, a hot take, I'm putting them at D, okay? Real talk, these are annoying as shit to fight. If you have like a great deck, you know, you're in a great position, which, you know, hopefully you would be in Act 3. Ideally, you would always want to be. But real talk, like, you know, by the time I'm at Act 3, usually I'm shaking in my boots, you know? I feel like these are so annoying because they come back and you gotta kill them again. Unless you're able to kill them real quick, you gotta kill all three real quick so that it's done, the fight is over. I have had runs where these guys have absolutely screwed me over. I've lost so much health to them, like I am not able to kill them fast enough. It's super, super frustrating. So for that reason, I am putting them at D. Now, oh, okay, they're two separate, honestly? I don't even know, I didn't know I would be putting them as two separate things. I feel like both of these I'm just gonna rate together, because, I mean, you have to fight them both together. And usually my tactic is to, like, kill one first, and then the other second. Honestly, of all the Act 3 bosses, probably the ones that I feel like I rarely get to fight, that I'm always excited to fight. So for that reason, I am going to put them at B. That does not mean that they are easy. But I'm gonna put them at B in that they are enjoyable. Now these little dudes, little shell guys. Obviously, I don't have the official names here. Sorry. These guys, I feel like it's a tough call. They can be frustrating, especially when it's like they will explode in 3 turns, or they're gonna, you know, they add up on the thorns so they can be doing like 7 damage. I've definitely had ones where they've like really fucked me over. But overall, I would say actually compared to a lot of the enemies in Act 3, honestly, I'm gonna put them at B. We're gonna put them at B for right now. The little mice dudes with the mushrooms, honestly, the first time I saw these dudes, they freaked me the fuck out. Like, they're just really creepy looking. But overall, I'm not upset about it. I will fight them over literally anyone, and I am going to put them, honestly, can't decide if I want to put them at S or A. I'm gonna put them at S, honestly. Now, the huge boulder face guy, this is a tough call because, again, I feel like this is an elite where you would very much know if you are, kind of in a bad situation. You want to be playing like a lot of cards to slow him down. And I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it goes really well. Sometimes I absolutely hate the fight. So it's kind of like a in the middle kind of thing. I feel like I'm gonna put him in C for right now. Now, as for this lovely gentleman right here, I think this is obvious where this one's gonna go. Absolutely going in D. I hate fighting him so much. I hate it. It's one of the elite fights like I am so terrible at. He will always be in the D ranking for me. Now, this elite fight, I'm conflicted. I've definitely had ones where I've died to it. Obviously you want to kill like the little minion guys as quickly as possible, but the problem is the longer the battle goes on, which I guess you could say about any of these, the more damage they can do to you, which can be a problem very quickly. Is it like an elite fight I love to fight? No. I feel like I'm gonna put him... I don't know if I want to put him at B. I guess I'll put him at B for rate. I feel like I'm gonna put him here, maybe. I don't know. Okay. This boss fight. I am conflicted. It's one of those things, it's really like a ticking time bomb. I would say I like it more than what we have in our D category. I probably would say I even like it probably what we have in our C category, so I will put it in B. I don't know how I feel about that. These little guys, I feel like it's hit or miss. Sometimes they really suck, and sometimes they're easy to fight, but they do get strength pretty quick, so I'm gonna put them in C. Now, this elite, while it can get out of control if you don't kill him fast enough, I actually really like this elite fight. I feel like it's pretty good. Honestly, I'm gonna put him up at A. Now, the little thief guys I find annoying as shit. And usually one of them gets away unless I have like something absolutely amazing. So for that reason, I will put you down here. These little dudes, honestly, I'm gonna put them up at A. I don't have a problem. They're kind of annoying because of having like the shield. But honestly, they're fine there. The gremlins are super annoying in that when you attack them, they gain strength. So I feel like let's put him at C. Same with this guy. Just does a lot of damage and sucks. This elite fight, I'm hesitant to put him... I don't know if I want to put him at B. I guess I would say out of all the elite fights in Act 3, maybe I would say he would be a B. The intangible every other turn is very frustrating, and he can do a lot of damage, so let's just keep that in mind. Now this guy, I actually don't mind fighting this guy at all. I'm gonna put him... Honestly? I don't know if I'm gonna put him at A. I'm gonna put him at... I mean, I don't know if I would put him at S. I'm gonna put him at A for right now. Now this lady... This is another elite in Act 3, and I feel like... is it absolutely the worst? Probably not. But do I love fighting it? No, not really. I guess I'm gonna put her at C for right now. These little guys... I honestly can't think of any problem I have with them. I'm gonna put them in B. This elite fight is also annoying. I'm actually gonna put it in C because that's just how annoying I find it. the little avocado dude. I'm trying to think. Honestly, I feel like he could go. I do feel like he is really annoying. I might put him honestly at D. This guy I'm gonna put at C. Same with him. Now, yeah, they're all from like an elite fight. This one I would actually put at D because it can make you not be able to use attacks if you don't kill him fast enough. But this guy, I'm gonna put him at D. I don't enjoy fighting him. Now, the absolute alternative of this is this boss fight is absolutely actually S tier. Definitely the easiest boss you could get in Act 1, and he has a top hat, so I feel like that's all the case that needs to be made. This one, I feel like I am going to put you at C for right now for being a nuisance. You're also going to go to C for the same reason. Snecko is a really tough call because I love Snecko. I love his name. I love his design. But his ability always concerns me. He can definitely screw you over. But I'm gonna say B for right now. Now as for the eyeball guy, that's what I'm gonna call him. Definitely D. Like 100% without question. Another slime. Now I believe you're from Act 3, so I feel like, you know, I'm just gonna put you in B. These little dudes, also in Act 3, can be annoying. But I feel like they're not that bad, so I'd actually put them there. Now this guy, I actually absolutely hate fighting him. Do I want to put him in D or C? D. The 10 extra damage per turn just really sucks. These guys, I feel weird rating because I haven't had a lot of experience fighting them. So I feel like I want to put them in D solely because I feel like that's just an honest perspective from someone that doesn't have a lot of experience with them. This boss, I'm going to say, like, I'll put him at B, only because, like, I would rather fight him than, like, a lot of the ones that are down here. Now, this one, though, I'm actually gonna put in D, which might be surprising, but I've died to him so many times, and I feel like, him and his minions do, like, a lot of damage, and I do not like it. Now, as for this atrocity of an enemy, he's just going straight up into D. I hate this guy. He dies in 5 turns, sure, but, you know, I guess if you have a really good deck and you have a lot of attacks and you can pool those attacks and hit him, you don't have to worry about him doing a lot of damage. But, you know, if your deck is in a spicy place, or even honestly if your deck's like in a fine place but you just get unlucky, like, you're kind of screwed. This elite I am also putting in D. I feel like I get super unlucky with this guy. The whole, once you do 12 cards, he gains strength. It ruins a lot of decks where you rely on drawing a lot of cards. And it definitely makes it a lot more difficult because you have to plan out, like, every single move, because each card is going to later down the line eventually cost you. So for that reason, he's gonna go on D. Also, I feel like out of all the bosses I always have in Act 3, I always get this guy. I don't know why. And then every time I'm like, oh god, like, great, we have to hope we can figure that out. All the little gremlin guys are just going in C. Whoops. Hello. You're going here. Like, I feel like they're more bearable than a lot of the ones we have down in D. Honestly, this guy also putting down in D. This character terrifies me when I get into Act 3, even if I know I have a really good deck. It's just the fact that every time you attack, like, his intentions on what he's going to do next turn changes. That just makes it, like, way too... I just don't like it being, like, up in the air. I can't imagine if you have a relic where you can't see the enemy's, like, intentions, what you would do with that kind of boss, because that seems absolutely terrifying. As for that guy, I feel like he's also really annoying. I'm gonna put him in D. Okay, so here we go. Here are all of the enemies from Slay the Spire. I feel like I'm actually pretty happy with how we rated these. There's a lot of enemies, especially from Act 3, that made it into D tier. And again, I was doing this more on like what it's like fighting them in the game compared to, like, I'm not rating them on their like character design or anything like that. So let me know what you guys think, how you would rate the characters yourself, and if you enjoyed my tier video, let me know. And who knows, maybe we'll make more of these in the future. That is going to be the end of this episode. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and as for now, peace.